All right, last week you guys enjoyed a carnival. Any other points of interest that you would like to recount?
We got sidetracked. We didn't care about anything.
Oh, I have a
Indeed.
book.
Oh, Rio got set on fire.
And my searching skills are not good.
Well, neither am mine. I didn't find anything useful.
At least I noticed a bazaar.
Bizarre.
Well, you know, the place that we're all at.
Okay.
That's bizarre.
Anyway, I was sick last week, so I didn't roleplay nearly as much as I could have or should have. But, long story short, we took the little girl back to our ship to show her around, and then she teleported back to Daddy. And now we're looking for her. And we think we found her at this carnival thing. And then she disappeared again, and then Cookie may have come across her.
Don't forget the setting one of our characters on fire.
Oh yeah,
She set one on fire. She just turned one into a burnt pile of leftovers.
Oh yeah, and I bought a book, and Yonovan traded away his thunder cannon for vial for something.
Magical creation.
Indeed. I believe it was the 4 of you, or was it 3 of you? I believe it was just 3 of you, yeah, who bought items. And then the other 2 were just looking about. So, if I remember correctly, Kleok got a book.
That if I decide to
archery.
read it during the long rest, specifically the longbow section, I get a +1 to hit.
Mm-hmm. And Yonovan traded his gun away to a half-orc, half-elven smith who gave him a glass vial, or beaker. And
Yeah, I
Cookie
think
bought
he's
a
been-
old, musty, falling-apart tome.
I'm not sure whether Yonovan or Cookie made the worst choice today. They both look really bad. Of the Magic Rocks variety. It's worth a cow, I swear.
No, I thought it was for 10 cow. Come on. Make it worth something.
Rio has a real magic rock.
That is true.
That's going to
That
suck out your soul.
None of us know about.
I can make one.
Yonovan
I
knows
know
about
about it.
I make it magic.
We played
Jonathan
the
does
classic.
know about it.
Light.
We played the classic hand slapping game, and don't pretend you don't feel pain.
Also, I need to remember that Kleok doesn't know anything about the girls. Since you never actually told him that there were 29 people on the ship and there were 2 girls, and that, yeah.
Yeah, you missed that part.
Out of character, I know about it.
Shame.
I think did the discussion come up afterwards? I thought it came up afterwards, like during dinner, like after the
Did
girl
briefly, but it never got
Did it?
answered.
left. Yeah, it briefly came up, but it wasn't really fully.
The captain was like defensive
Disgust.
about it. It's like, really? Okay, whatever.
The captain wasn't the one you were talking to.
No, we mentioned that.
I'm
we know
playing
she's
it
a
off
girl.
that I know about Rio not being an elf, but I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
We mentioned the captain there were 29 people on board, and he's like, really?
But I don't know that in character.
Right. Your
Because
character.
I wasn't with you because I knew she was going to set someone on fire, and I wanted you to fall on your sword for a little bit and just be like, I told you so type thing.
It kind of did. I mean, you got back to the ship as you saw the burning beacon.
Yes.
The captain was like, what are you guys doing?
I considered it, to be honest, I considered it, really good that the ship didn't explode.
Well,
Yeah.
we really in
That
explosive
can change.
pockets?
Anyway,
Please no.
shall we carry on.
Indeed. So at the end of the last session, I believe it was Cookie, had finally noticed the girl at another location. Cookie,
Yes.
do you remember said event?
Well, what I remember at the end was finally, so in my mind's eye, the way you described it matched to I saw her and a really large person enter a food establishment. And I was prepared to enter after her.
Not a really large person, just a full-size person.
Okay.
Meaning not another kid.
Yeah, so I figured maybe that was her dad, or hopefully someone reasonable that we can deal with. And I would, I don't know if the group has assembled or not, or if I just noticed this, but I don't think I'd be waiting for the group because I've been looking for her by myself this whole time.
I know specifically Cleoc got
Indeed.
sidetracked and has no idea where you were at.
Hasn't Yonovan tracking me?
Yonovan had, but then he got sidetracked by the smithy.
Ah, that's right.
I think Rio is bored by now. She'd probably look to see if she sees any of her companions.
That said, no character actually knows I traded my gun away.
That is true.
It fits in your bag, right?
Yeah,
So, perfect.
and I was supposed to keep it concealed because trouble earlier. So
And Cleoc decided to not make him look like a fool in front of the elf children trying to fire his bow.
So Nate, it would be perception to see if I see any of my members of the party running around, right?
Perception's just a general, first off, glance around, seeing if you see anyone.
Yeah, I was just like, that was an interesting magic shop. I wonder if anyone else is around. And so I rolled a 20 on my perception.
No, you step out into the cantrip range, you see that Talon is there.
I'm going to go see what Talon's looking at.
Talon, what are you currently looking at?
I'm just watching for a moment, seeing any new spells, cantrips. But just basics.
I'll watch the cantrips for a while.
Okay. So you guys are off doing that. Yonovan, Cleoc, what are you guys doing? Cookie said he's heading in.
I was going to try and find Cookie since that was my original.
Well, after I finished getting sidetracked at the archery spot, I think I would, fall back on the mission. Start looking for the little girl.
Okay. Donovan, are you just looking around, or are you actually searching for him?
I'm looking around, but I got lost.
Okay. Do you want to roll a check?
On a nat 1.
A nat 1, no. You don't know where anyone is. You can't find anyone.
What I said, I got lost.
More like it's the Home Alone 2 moment. Where he,
These are people.
The Home Alone 2, where he, he thinks he sees, who he's looking for, follows him on a different plane, and then ends up in New York.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
He boards the other cargo ship.
So I end up back on a boat. It's not our boat.
Yeah, you head back. You Back to the boat? Is that what you said, Yanaman?
So I head back to the boat, and I get on a boat, and it's not our boat.
Basically, yeah. You step onto this boat, and you see this slightly heavier set elven guy come up and is like, what are you doing on my ship?
Your ship? This is our ship.
I think you got it wrong. Look around. It's a whole bunch of elves.
I walk off the ship.
Sorry.
I'm going to now look around to see if I have any clue where I'm at.
Okay. Cleoc, did you want to give it a shot as well?
Sure.
Y'all, here kitty kitty, here kitty kitty.
I'm thankfully nowhere near him.
Indeed.
What is my perception? I'm not trained in perception, so that's wisdom. So 16.
Okay. After a while of looking around, you do see Cookie ducking into a tent.
I follow him in.
Cookie,
Yes.
describe what you see in this tent. Have some fun with it.
In this tent. Cat. I can't do a cat in my lap and describe a tent.
Is it an ambassador's tent?
There's people with cats in their laps.
All right,
No, there aren't.
I'll be
There
listening
is-
in, but I need to quickly grab the dog food. So
Okay,
you guys keep going.
This
have
is
fun.
what I pictured. So it's gonna go with it. What you see is a ramen noodle tent with a chef in the middle making these stretchy noodles and a rich beef soup and serving it up. And a few people yelling, "Itadakimasu!"
Thanks for the food.
Yes.
Dang.
There's some kind of a half curtain from the top that you have to pull aside to duck in. And otherwise, it looks kind of like a bar with stools to sit at and order. And I see halfway down the bench a little redhead. The place is pretty crowded. I'd say maybe 2/3 of the seats are full. This place looks to be making pretty good business. Cookie is suddenly very interested in the smell. It's like, ooh, that could, what is a beef broth soup? And I gotta figure out what those noodles are.
Is it bigger?
I figured
inside
I'd find you in the food tent.
Oh, hey! Oh, smell that. Oh, and she's here. I'm gonna freeze there until our TM gets back.
I wonder how many ships are in dock.
Quite a
I
few.
think just the 2. 'Cause I think it was our ship and that other car.
Of the 2 ships, I picked the wrong one. I'm gonna clap for myself.
They probably think you're daft. Like, what are you doing here? Like, are you sure?
He is a dwarf. Being a dwarf, I would expect that at least half the time that they'd be on the edge of having too much to drink and act and whatnot. Just kind of implied at this point.
What do you think that vial's for?
But the elves can drink them under the table.
It's really just a distillery.
But according to Lord of the Rings, the elves can drink them under the table. Easy. I mean,
Right, but they don't do it because it doesn't give the same effect.
I know, right?
What's the point of drinking?
Is this maybe giving you a slight buzz by now? He's passed out. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
I finally did your code review.
Oh, hey, that's cool.
You finally what?
I'm talking work.
Oh,
Mr. Cookie has been waiting for me to do something for like all day, and I finally did it after he had left.
I've been waiting for it since Friday.
it's only been 2
No,
days.
actually, I did it Monday morning, and I kicked it back, and then he gave it back to me. And, yeah.
99 bugs in the wall, 99 bugs in the wall. Pass
Did I pass
one
it
down,
this
pass it
time?
around. 127
That's
bugs in
crazy.
the wall.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Donovan, you probably actually went to the wrong dock with that roll. Because there was others. But yes, there was only 2 at the dock you went to. Or the one you guys actually went to.
Well, I rolled a 14 to figure out where I was once I exited the ship. Walking away.
Yeah,
So-
you remember your way back to the carnival and back to your actual ship, which is
Okay.
actually at a different dock.
I'll actually go back to I'll go back to the ship and see if Cookie's there. When he's not, I'll go back to the carnival.
Okay. So, Cleoc, do you have any dialogue with Cookie as you enter the tent and he says the girl and the food?
Basically, I said, I'm not surprising that I find him in a food tent.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't know if there's anything else you say after the line he then said to you.
No, we decided to wait until you got back at that point.
No, that's cool. He said he did. I didn't know if you were going to say anything after that to him. Looking about, you see in the direction he gestures, you see this red-haired individual that you had seen before.
we head over to her.
Does it look like she's with anybody?
Yes, an elven man.
Does he have
Hey,
fiery red hair?
Nalanwe.
Does he what?
I asked if he had fiery red hair too.
No.
Okay.
In fact, looking around, she's the only one in this whole area with this hair color.
Is she heating up the water?
Hmm.
That's a joke, by the way. Don't answer that.
Heat wave.
Cookie says that, and the guy turns around. He's like, who is this? Or he's like, who are you?
We met this girl yesterday, and she left after seeing our ship, and we're trying to find.
I
Find
interject
a
and say, this is Cookie. My name is Cleoc.
Oh yeah.
Names.
Oh, that smells so good.
Well, you can head over to
I'm
the
Cookie.
chef there and buy a dish if you'd like.
Oh, I will. But if you're with her, maybe she was really not helpful yesterday. See, a friend of hers told her where she went, and we're looking for Nelasser. Because her dad sent us on a contract to, transport her to the dwarves, but we can't find her. You know what? That is a good roll time. I should be more charming than this.
Persuasion and charming?
Because I'm hearing, some of the stuff, and I'm like, wait a second.
Are you whining?
I don't think Cookie is being as charming as his character actually is.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, it's like one of those. It's like if she was really unhelpful, and
We're here for a
but
kidnapping.
now that you're here with her, maybe.
Oh gosh, you guys, you're right. I cannot play my character.
I'm giving you a little bit of grief.
You'll want to practice, though, for what you said you're going to have for the next campaign.
Yeah, you're right.
Can always practice and improve.
Greetings,
Part of my
sir.
excitement about the next one.
I am Cookie, and we met the acquaintance of this little girl yesterday, and she ran off promising to send news for maybe deliver a letter that she burned in her hands as she left. So, we're off trying to find someone who knows the whereabouts of Nilasser.
Ah, indeed. She probably got sidetracked with the fact that I was able to get off work today to come to the festival, and she tends to forget things when she's able to have a good day, you know.
She's a girl.
She's a kid.
Fun should be the first important thing in life.
Of course.
And I can imagine Cleoc now has that little thought bubble. It's like, well, her version of fun is like setting people on fire.
You probably were told afterwards that was more anger than fun.
With your charisma score, would you be able to keep your mouth shut?
That's why it was a thought bubble and not an actual.
It may not be charisma, it may actually be wisdom as well, because wisdom would grant you the ability to know that you're not good with charisma.
Wow.
However, knowing me then speaks up to you, Cookie. Sorry, I was having fun with my dad.
Oh, that's okay. So this is your dad, huh? Do you know Nilasser, sir?
But she is some time ago.
Sorry. That was almost in character for something in the surroundings. A dish clattered to the
I was
floor.
about to say that one of the ramen cooks fell over and...
Did you precipitate this happenstance, Cleoc?
Yes, you should have.
Why not? I turned my head away, looking at the commotion of one of the servers / cooks falling down.
I was saying, did you actually make it happen, is what I was asking.
No.
Okay.
So I was talking to Nello's dad. I sort of heard you respond, but I didn't. What'd you say?
Yes, I do know her, as most in this town do. Her father was one of the heads of the town until his wife passed, and then he took a job to be a diplomat for this country elsewhere. I think with the dwarves, actually.
Yeah, we were actually hired to transport her to her dad,
Yeah.
but she's not here.
Yeah, she does that. She does her own thing, heads off time to time.
Her neighbor told us that she probably told where she was going to some local kids, so we followed down and we found some local kids, and she was with them, and that's how we came to meet little Nalawe.
He turns to her. Are these the people you're talking about? Uh-huh. Sorry about the unfortunate event there. I hope the ship wasn't damaged.
Oh,
The ice made it fine.
we were surprisingly, our boss let us off with just a little bit of a wrist slap. We take responsibility for our actions.
That's good. She's trying to learn that one. Unfortunately, tempers are dangerous with her.
I know a little bit about unpredictable magic, but hers is quite native, it seems.
Yeah, never turned out well when she has a bad day. She hops down and runs over to get some more. Well, you guys are talking with her father.
So I'm really curious. Okay, so this is, I gotta roll an insight check first, okay? This insight check is it a bad idea to ask him how his wife died? $13.
Due to it being the 13, I'm going to let it be group funded, essentially, and we'll have a poll with the other 4 party members and see what consensus your conscience comes up with.
You're
So-
not an investigator. You don't need to prod things that don't need to be known.
So my thought is that all around the town, and even Nate alluded it to us a little bit, is that there was not just her mother died, but a lot of people died around the same time. So it may be more a
The event that happened.
it's probably not going to hurt him. I mean, it may, hurt him to ask him, but it's likely. I think there's a pretty good shot they all occurred due to the same event. Does that make any sense? So it's probably, almost a more of a common knowledge thing
Okay,
that we
there's
just
2
haven't
votes.
that we haven't just asked anyone else about.
And the other votes?
Well, considering that the event, everyone hits her for the event that happened and all the death and everything else, I would probably not ask because it's going to judge up and a whole bunch more people in the room too. Now, if we were private, maybe, but not with everyone else in the room open.
Okay.
So I'd say no.
Ryan? Yes, no is simple enough.
Wasn't Ryan the one who spoke up first?
Yeah, that was a no, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yanovan?
Hmm.
And I'll change mine to no, unless you think it's prudent to the mission. To no.
But personally, that question may not be a bad one to ask pertinent to the mission to build upon it, but it wouldn't be one I would ask yet. I would, because we actually know very little about her father. And
So Cookie has this angel on his shoulder and devil on his shoulder talking to each other right now.
So
Y'all
it
are
would,
making me so confused.
so
Made it into the
so
tent.
I would consider it. We may want to get to know him a little bit better before we actually ask that question.
All right.
That's
Where was
draw.
Yeah,
Let's
I've
talk
not made it to the tent yet, so.
about that. So, your daughter. So I'll talk to him now. Your daughter mentioned that she knew where Nilasser went, but she wasn't allowed to tell us.
That's not surprising. Lasser was about one of the few who actually were kind of a mother figure to her and actually were kind to her. So it doesn't surprise me that she would know and that she would be likely to not necessarily spread the word.
Well, we're kind of at a loss as to what to do. Because she's not here, and we think we're helping Nilasser, but that's not convinced your daughter to tell us.
Helping in which way? That can be a double-sided aspect.
Well, frankly, sir, we're rather confused about the situation here. She's sad and happy her dad's gone, and there sounds like such a story here. We just don't know what to do.
You said you asked her to send a letter. Did she say she sent it? Have you heard
She
anything
said
more
that
on
she'd be willing to, but it burned up in her hand as she left.
Okay. And that's a problem?
I don't know. It looked like a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Could she send letters that way?
She's able to make things disappear via that and have them appear elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
It's any flame-to-flame transport.
Any.
Yeah.
Cookie's mouth drops open in shock. Oh my goodness. Your daughter is seriously talented.
The rest of the people in town think she's a curse, not talented, so good luck convincing them otherwise.
All you have to do is convince her otherwise.
And, it's
She'll
hard
be
to do when
fine.
everyone keeps telling her otherwise. But, yes, I tried.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to wait, because we asked if Nilasser would meet with us, and we told her we were down at the dock. Oh well, it's been a fun carnival out here. I think I will try this soup, or noodle.
It comes in on the boat every so often. They have some larger franchise or group or whatever you want to call it that they originate from somewhere and traveling around. It's like a huge fortress or something, and they send little ships out from time to time to planets like ours so that we get to enjoy it, and yet not all of us can get off and pay the price to go see the full one, so we get to have a taste of it at least.
Oh, that is neat. I don't know that we could afford the price of the full one either.
Well, you're at least on a ship. You're more likely to see it than we would.
Yeah, guess so.
So anything I can help you with then, or?
Cookie doesn't really think of anything at the moment.
My apologies if this is a touchy subject, but we've heard a little bit about what. Just for my curiosity, feel free to not answer if you see.
Usually when
See fit.
something starts that way, that's usually the response, is not to answer.
See, my charisma score of 8 fully justifies it. But we
And what
have
about your wisdom?
It's 16. So I'm bad at asking the question, but good at but maybe know what I'm doing. But we had, was it a tragedy that we had heard about?
Well, we know it's a tragedy because a lot of people died. That's what a tragedy is.
Can you tell us anything about the tragedy that happened a few years ago?
You remember the statement you made at the beginning of your question?
I do.
You remember my response to that?
My apologies for asking.
No one speaks of those days. You see he gets up and starts walking off. It obviously is still painful memory.
Well, that went well.
I walk in.
You just basically poked his bruise really hard.
I walk in with all the food. I almost wanted him on his way out. Hey guys, what's up?
Cookie?
Well,
Cleoc, you guys see Talon come storming in asking you guys?
we met her dad, insulted him, so he left. Found out that Elawai did probably send the letter for us, so we probably just have to wait. Or else she'll never talk to us at all. So who knows?
I'll walk out of the tent without saying anything and fly back to the ship.
So you met the daddy when you insult him. Great. Okay.
He asked about,
Cleoc,
the tragedy.
you're walking out of the tent and she grabs you. Hey, I got your paper thingy that you guys were wanting.
Oh.
Cleoc,
Oh.
do you have some money?
I have a little bit.
Anything you're willing would be nice. I like trying to help my dad when I can.
And I'm still close enough to hear this?
You'd walked over to Cookie since he was engaging you in talk and Cleoc was headed out.
Okay.
Got the paper thing like she asked.
She has a piece of paper in her hand that's folded, very reminiscent of a letter.
Can I take a quick look at it first?
Perception check 16. Do I hear this?
You hear some talking of Cleoc and someone by the door. It's hard to hear with all the other noise.
Yeah, I mean, it's a busy restaurant.
She's like, I guess.
Yeah, I'll take a quick look.
It is from her, and she's replied to the letter.
I give her 25 script.
Okay. She's like, thank you, mister. I gotta go find my dad now. He went somewhere.
It's like, no, thank you. And tell him I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Did you do something to him?
Not intentional.
Oh, okay. I understand that. Bye. And she runs off.
Thank you. And I walk back to the Cookie.
Cookie, you see Cleoc turn back around and head towards you.
You forget something?
Take a look at this. And I hand him the letter.
Okay. What was the letter?
Can he actually read it? Because what language is it written in?
What letter? Who wrote the letter and in what language?
Cookie wrote it in common in the first.
Okay, so it would probably be replied to in common. And what was it you sent, Cookie?
I didn't jot it down exactly, but basically
Well, last time you said something like, you didn't say exact, and you were supposed to try to give me exact. So, at least something close, if you would.
Okay, so we were sent. We were hired by our father to bring you to the dwarves, and we're waiting for you at dock. Your friend said she'd bring you a letter. Please send your reply or get in touch.
Okay. I take it that's kind of paraphrased.
It's pretty close to what I had, but I don't know what I wrote.
Okay.
I wouldn't have had much time to think about it at the time anyway.
Right.
Couldn't figure out this child enigma.
The reply is, glad to know it. I'll be back in a bit. I'm out of town. Thanks for the notice.
Okay. Well, she'll be back, which, hey, we don't, we're not wasting our effort waiting, at least. She hasn't said she'll go with us, though.
How long is a bit, though?
I don't know. They're elves.
Yes, a bit could be years.
I would ask our elf, but she's not an elf, so.
Yeah, so elf was not an elf.
Wait, actually, is Donovan an elf? No, he's a dwarf.
He's a dwarf.
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna say
that would be
quite the
obvious to me.
opposite.
Sorry.
Man, do I look like a dwarf?
Yes.
You can still ask, Rio.
See you here. But yeah, you're right. You have that dwarf figurine.
Or you could go back to the ship and ask an elf on the ship or the captain. And since Rio was watching the cantrips with Talon, she's gonna have followed him back over here and go,
Okay.
ooh, ramen! Hey, Cookie, can you buy me some ramen?
Yes, I can.
Yum!
Cookie orders ramen.
Rio eats it happily.
That I'm a little bit concerned about what's in this letter, but I would like to discuss it back at the ship instead of in such a public place.
All right, we've got some time, I think. So we eat our
I'll
meal.
order some ramen. So.
Thank the chef and head back to the ship.
Okay.
I think we collect our party. So we've got 3 of us here. Got to go find Yonovan.
You mean 4?
Donovan made it back to the ship.
Carnival.
Well, the thing is,
Roll percentile to see if you run into each other.
but we're not headed back for the ship. I want to collect the party before going to the ship because I would not assume that anyone went back to the ship.
Well, they've had a long enough conversation. I should have gotten back to the
Gather your party before venturing forth.
Yes.
We could play Baldur's Gate at some point. It's been a while.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate?
So myself, Talon, and Kleok are together. We're missing Yonovan. Or has Ryu found us?
Ryu was
Rio
with
ate the
Talon.
ramen.
Okay, Rio's there with the ramen. Okay, so we all duck out and look for Yonovan. Staying together to look for Yonovan.
Yonovan, about this time you get back to the carnival and you see them coming out of this tent, wiping their mouths, and obviously they've eaten.
Food. Darn it.
Oh, hey,
Smells good.
Yonovan.
Hey.
We got a letter back from our contact.
Awesome. Is she coming?
Let's go back to the ship and discuss it.
Okay.
This does not bode well.
Does he need some food to go?
Now you
Are
can
you
buy
asking him?
you can
Yeah.
buy food here if you want. It's really good.
Yeah, I run into the tent.
All right.
So
You guys can mark 5 copper off a piece
okay.
Alright.
for your
That's done.
Cool.
food.
Oh, great. So now I have 449.
You can
Gold
just
script.
mark. You can just mark, one cheap meal, and we can take care of it later too.
Okay.
Since I'm sure you guys would be willing to trade amongst each other.
Yeah.
Well, if you remember right, you took all of our actual money when you deposited us on the ship. So we actually only
Right.
have...
And then you had made some.
Then you spend some.
Right. And you'll make more, is what I'm saying. So just put,
Fair enough.
-5 copper on your sheet, and next time you get it, just dock it off. That way you don't have to mark it off of your script, is what I was saying.
Fair enough.
If it keeps
That works.
accounting easier without worrying about, craziness.
Okay.
All right.
The script is mainly a way for you guys to not have to worry about, allowing you to justify carrying tons of gold somewhere on your person.
Right.
That's something I've always been bothered by, is some of the mechanics just don't quite work.
Yeah.
That's very true. 5 million copper pieces.
Ah, the physics simulator.
Oh.
So, we head back to the ship. So, Kleak wanted to discuss this kind of in private. So, Cookie shows the letter around. So she says that she's not here, but she'll be back soon, and she thanks us for the notice. I don't see any promise to come with us, or telling us to leave her alone. So it sounds like she might make that decision after she gets here.
Yeah. Or she might just not come back.
Or that. But that would be awfully rude.
We also don't know how long soon is for an elf.
Well, she said she would be back soon, which means she is coming back.
Well, let's ask Oh, yeah.
Are there any elves on the ship?
Yeah, there are. There's a couple elves on the ship.
Let's go find one.
That's going to be a really awkward question.
Yeah.
Wasn't the cleric an elf? Or no?
Yes.
Someone...
Well done, sir.
I'm going to
Go to
go
the
down.
doctor.
I'm going to go down and talk to the doctor.
Okay, you go down to the med bay.
Hello, doctor. I have a rather odd question.
Welcome, Kleok. What can I do for you?
How long would you consider soon? I know you're considerably longer lived than I am, but so I was a little curious as to how long you would consider soon to be.
Soon?
Yes.
Within a few days, I guess? Maybe a week?
And I let out a little exhale at that, thinking that, soon for an elf could mean years, but I didn't know any better, so... Thank you.
I used to think it could be longer, but I've been on the ship a while, so I kind of have adapted to their ways.
And my breath stops for a little bit. Again.
Still don't think I have it down to their level, though. What do you call soon, out of curiosity? I believe you're a shorter-lived species than myself. So out of curiosity,
Well,
what do you see as soon?
in the context of this, I'd say maybe a couple of days at most.
Interesting. He pulls a notebook out, jots it down. Any other terms like this that you can think of that would be intriguing topics?
Not off the top of my head.
He obviously has interest in studying the lesser-lived races and getting to
The
understand-
lesser races?
lived.
He said lesser lived.
No, the shorter lived.
lived.
They are also shorter.
I like the lesser better.
Well, you know.
Well,
4
considering
years.
how short you are, Yalavan, you are quite lesser.
He's 4
I'm
foot
not
tall.
lesser lived.
There.
He weighs more.
Hey, no.
And lives longer.
And drinks all the ale.
But doesn't really get drunk.
So, how much of Rio's ale have you pilfered?
That was Rio's?
All of it, now that you said that.
Shit.
Anyway, I thank the doctor for his time and indulging my unusual question. And
By all of it, you mean all that she didn't drink.
Pretty much.
And Cleoc, if you ever have any more of these intriguing questions, please do come by. I'd love to see the comparison.
I will. Thank you.
He bows nicely as you exit. He obviously is less elven than a lot of elves you've met, but he's been around people for a long time and is trying to adapt and be part of it.
So, to be honest, that didn't really help me. It does a little bit, but he's not certainly given his second response about how he is adapting to the culture of the ship. He's not sure how much weight he can put into it being a week at most.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing how well he speaks to other people, Cleoc's a little bit hesitant to actually ask an elf in the city proper.
Okay. So what are you all doing?
Cookie needs to talk to the captain because he needs to know what's up, or he'll get impatient or whatnot.
Okay. So you go to the captain's cabin.
Yeah.
You knock. Come in.
Hey, Captain.
What is going on?
Well, our Nala sir made contact. She sent us a letter through that little fire-haired child. We found her father and her the bazaar there. She's a little cagey in her response. She thanked us for notifying her and said she'd be back soon. But that she wasn't. She was away. So it sounds like she's not really I'm not even sure that she wants to go with us. And I don't know what to do with that in light of this contract.
Well, either we need to get something going or we need to find something we can do, because sitting here kind of is starting to burn a hole in the hole, if you get my meaning. You know, you gotta move, go about, keep doing jobs, and...
Right.
So, any chance you can find out where she is? Maybe we can go pick her up to speed things along, or find out for certain if she's going to join us or not, or anything like that. Find some other jobs around town we can do to make some money. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I wanted to update you. It's possible we could send her another note, although I didn't think to catch the address of that girl's father. I am not good at this. All right. At the very least, I thought we should wait 2 days for her to be back. She said she'd be back soon, but I don't know what the contract's like if we don't pick her up and deliver her. How that works if she refuses to be transported?
Uncertain. We'd have to look over the contract again and see what kind of stipulations were on it.
We really don't want to fly all the way to the dwarves and talk to her father.
Yeah, that's not going to be cheap.
All right, I'm gonna go talk with the crew.
All right. Let me know what you're able to find, because we certainly need to do something.
Yeah. Cookie goes out and finds the rest of the party.
Okay.
Well, we got
Hey.
the war. Do you have any alcohol left for the dwarves? Probably not.
Probably. Oh, they didn't drink that much alcohol.
They've been locked in the room for how many months?
There's probably like 12 barrels or 20 barrels of the stuff with how much gold they dropped.
Okay.
But so, guys, are you all here? Collect the party.
Okay, you're eventually able to get them all.
So, Captain's not happy waiting, as I expected. She's not here, and I don't suppose I certainly wasn't smart enough to catch the address of her father. Of course, he did stalk off. Good job, Cleoc. But hey, I almost did that too. Captain suggested we could maybe try to find some more work around town, something we could do to keep us employed would be a good idea.
Forest fire preventers?
Forest fire preventers.
Yes.
Did you see that job posting around town? What?
In fact, you haven't actually seen any forests.
Okay, she blows up and makes an inferno. Hello?
Yeah. I don't think they're... People aren't as nice as that. Okay.
Well, Cleoc isn't really willing to. If we're going to keep on with this job, we need to be more proactive.
Right.
He's not willing. He's not willing to wait.
Cleoc, you don't want to waste a few weeks of your life?
No, he doesn't. And
Well,
the captain doesn't either.
What would you suggest? I mean, the girl obviously knows information, but she's not letting on. And this Nilasser's cagey. I feel like the tragedy is somewhere very significant as part of this.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
How many people in the town probably know what the redhead girl?
Everyone.
Correct. How many of them you think would probably know where they live?
We already know where they live. Ah! Good thinking. I bet anyone would tell us where they live. Yeah.
And
Okay.
we can ask them. We just want to talk to her dad.
Well,
Or
I think we need more than just talking to him, because we did certainly. He wasn't in a good mood when he last left.
well,
We could send a second
maybe
letter through the
apologize?
girl.
Did we put him in a bad mood? By any chance? Or
Yes, we did. We asked about his wife dying, indirectly at least.
Yeah.
Well, we could probably apologize first of all.
The bird brain can apologize.
So it seems like this. I may be stretching here, but maybe this event had a location. Okay, maybe the location wasn't here. Maybe our girl went out to the location to remember it. Maybe this is an anniversary time. I don't know if this happens every so often. But just leaving on a journey by herself doesn't make a lot of sense. But as the man said, no one wants to talk about what happened years ago.
And we can also rephrase a note to see if the red-headed girl can deliver it.
Okay, but well, I'm sure we could get her to deliver a second note. But what would be enough to get Nalasar to meet with us and stuff? I guess we could do the simple expedient method of saying that, that way won't tell us where you are, although she knows. Would you let us?
Well, we could lie.
And?
Good luck with that.
We could say her dad is sick.
To say her dad is sick.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a thought.
So, why did the dad go all the way over there by himself and leave her alone here, and then send for a contract for her to be transported?
Because the place wasn't ready yet. That was what we had heard.
I don't know.
We could do something simple like we can come meet you. We can send a note like that. Right? Can we get anyone to talk to us about this place? Is there a library, a historical archive or something maybe we could look at? If people won't talk about it, maybe they've got it published.
You have not searched for one as of yet.
I think that might be a better option if people won't talk. I say we go back to the city, look for a library, and try to locate that person's house. I don't even know what his name is.
How old is she?
Like 7? I got the general impression that this event happened about 7 years ago.
Okay.
So what's the plan, and who's executing it?
Well, I haven't heard our other party members chime in on this. I'd kind of like some voices.
Well, looking for a library, maybe finding what happened would probably be a good idea.
Cleoc's a little despondent. He's not looking forward to asking more people about this.
All right, Cleoc's given up. Whatever. Let's go.
Okay.
You better not stay on the ship, Cleoc. He'll make you do chores. Come on, Ryu.
Oh yes. Let's go look for a job to do.
Yes.
While we
in
wait.
fact, that'd be a great idea. How about you and Cleoc look for jobs we can do?
Silly question. How many people here actually know Elvish?
Me.
Ooh, me.
Okay. Well, that's actually really good. We probably need you.
You probably need me to go to your library, so I'm going
Yeah.
with you guys.
Or we can borrow one of the other elves.
Borrow an elf. I
The cleric?
think they probably have other jobs. That's part of being us, is that we don't have jobs, so we can go and...
We can bring our fake elf.
Does our
How
fake
about
elf know
that?
Elven?
The doctor. What other jobs does he really have, do you think?
You know, he's interested in research. He might actually help us.
He might actually be able to help us.
I do know Elven, though. Rio knows Elven.
That's worth a shot. Let's see if he's interested in coming. I don't know if it...
Cleon could go to the library with you guys. He's not going, but he's specifically not going to talk to any elf about it.
Okay.
I think you'd be found out.
Well, if we have people who know Elvish, I guess that's fine. Let's head out, try to ask... Go to the dockmaster and ask him if they have a history place or a library in the city.
Okay, and what are the groups?
I think we've got everyone with us.
Everyone's just going to the one?
Yeah.
Oh, Rio was going to investigate for a high-paying, easy-to-do job, and she rolled a 7, so I think she's going to get roped into reading Elven at the library.
Prostitution?
Okay. What do I roll for that? Just kidding, by the
We
way.
actually have a STD chart that you could locate. Most of them involve you not being able to continue adventuring at all.
The shapeshifter might be immune to that.
So,
Might. You don't know.
Only part shapeshifter, therefore, no. Only maybe partly immune, which may mean probably resistant, not immune.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to go into that book. We'll just continue on. But do you have anyone else who reads Elvish? Because I'm guessing the library is going to be full of books that are Elvish.
It would be good to have more than one person who can read Elvish. Just, we'd look kind of strange with one guy reading in our entire little group.
Everyone's hanging out around him. What does this say? What does this say? Woo, this looks cool. What does this say?
You see Rio being dragged off the ship by the rest of the party.
You're like, no!
All right. We head up to the dockmaster and ask him about if there is a library in the city or some other place that the news and stories are recorded.
Okay. He says there is a town archive that records most of the events and happenstances. Anything of public record that you'd be permitted to see is most likely recorded there.
That's great. Could you point us in that direction?
He gives you directions.
Do I need to go
You
hire
head
the
down over
dock
this
worker
branch and
again?
go up over here to the other branch. You're going to have to move from this one to the one next to it. And from the first branch, you go to X branch, and then you move over to the Tuan branch, and then you climb up the vertical section, and at the peak there, you'll find the archives located.
Huh. Cool. Talon,
So,
you can fly,
If
right?
someone can speak Elvish,
Yes.
they can read the signs and roll check to navigate. If you cannot, then you can't even attempt to navigate.
All right. Well, we have some people who can speak Elvish.
Or you can pay to have someone bring you.
Cleac, what do you think? You wanna take us there?
sure.
You got the vantage point. The mad skills, you can fly around. and read Elven.
I'm gonna read the street signs because I've got nothing better to do.
So, that was a 19 on die. I don't know actually what skill I'm supposed to use for that.
Probably investigation.
I think we made it there.
Investigation or survival?
Survival's usually
I was
not
gonna say
inside a
survival's
city.
usually in the wilderness, so I'm thinking probably investigation.
Well, survival would have been much better, but instead that's just a 19.
Just a 19?
Just a 19.
Oof, I'm sorry, man. You totally get lost.
On
And
19?
find this lovely architecture of this large building that says archives in Elvish on the front.
Nice.
I don't even stop. I just enter the door.
This must be the right place. He went in. Okay.
Bring me a beer. No, just kidding. Alright. So we follow him.
Alright, you enter in. You see it's a fairly quiet and fairly empty place.
Is it
Is
lit
it-
up really well, or?
Is it what?
Fairly quiet and empty.
I mean, is it, is it lit up? You can see fairly well, or not quite?
Yeah, no, it's light.
Yeah.
There's light. It's just not a lot of people.
Okay.
Are there any Cleac, are there any signs that like describe dates and times and things recorded?
I look around for like an index or something.
Okay, do an investigation. See what you can find.
Ryu, look around. So we're looking
I see books.
for something about major events or history.
Maybe,
It was investigation, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
would they have any
Okay.
computers? They're actually
So it's an
advanced, right?
11.
An 11.
Cleox was a 2.
Wow.
I was looking for the census.
You do find the senseless. Guy sleeping
I
in the
found a
corner.
mirror?
You find that too, next to the guy who's sleeping in the corner.
Guys, I found 2 senseless here. Oh wait, that's just me.
Is there anyone
Do we see the guy sleeping in the corner?
Yep.
Sorry, that was just my 2 cents worth.
I walk over to the guy and
hold on. Just out of character. Is there anyone else we see not sleeping?
Yes.
Like someone manning a counter? Maybe
Yes.
like looking
There
official-like?
is someone at the front counter,
Okay.
watching all of you as you walk around.
I think we want to talk to the guy at the front counter.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Not wake up someone sleeping. Y'all have any idea how to handle this? Because I don't know how to... Speaking in Elvish is nice and all, but I'm sure he understands Common.
let's speak in common.
Not a matter
Do you want
about
me
the
to
language.
persuade him?
It's a matter about tact and figuring out how most people don't want to talk about this. Archivists are a usual exception to that rule, because history is important to them. But I don't know what else to do. I'm an open book, so to speak, when it comes to talking with people.
Do you want me to persuade him?
Ask him.
I don't want you to do anything.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but you are not. You're very. Whatever.
I can be pretty and flutter my eyes when I want something.
I would.
What were you saying, Cleo?
And I'd like to get out of this boring
I
library.
would ask him if he could point us to the history section of the city because we were curious.
All right, well, let's go ask him. You can even talk it in Elvish.
Hey, do you know what happened last time I talked to someone?
You put
He
your
stormed
finger out?
off, and he was mad. And his daughter might turn me into fire or something, or into chicken or something.
All right.
But
So,
but I go and talk to the receptionist in Elvis, then say, what time of day is it?
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is it a sir or a...
It is a sir, madam.
It is a sir or madam, yes. Good afternoon. We were interested in learning a little bit more about, history and recent events.
Indeed. May I please see your town authorization card?
What?
what's he saying?
For details regarding the town, we must have authorization.
You don't need to see our authorization card. You don't want to sell us death sticks.
Would you like to go to
I
prison?
backhand Rio.
Jedi mind tricks do work here.
We were unaware that we needed town authorization cards. So where is it possible for us to get one?
You would have to speak with a city official.
Is everything here? Are we unable to look at anything here without one?
No, there are sections that are permitted, but most of the specific town history ones, they like to ensure that malicious contenders are not causing problems.
That's strange. I've never seen town history locked up.
They must be trying to hide something.
No.
You're if you can speak Elvish or common, you know.
I'm contemplating. I'm trying to decide whether it'd be worth it to just bluntly say, does it have to do with the tragedy of a few years ago?
Hey, Cookie, can you roll an insight check?
Why would I roll an insight check?
Because even
what they're
if
saying.
I think Rio would have been translating very drolly, and she said you can't see it without the history or without talking to a public official.
There is some general history that's located in the shelf over there that does not require specific. But if you want any specific details, they usually are found in the other archive section.
Okay.
So we can read those and break into the other ones?
We are not those kind of people.
I know.
You may not be.
Why don't we read those and see what's in them? That sounds exciting.
See if... Well... You're the one who can read Elvish. This sounds exciting. I know you're bored, but see if there's anything about it.
Okay, which one do you want me to start with? History from 1880 to 1920? I'm really not sure what the unit system in here is. Sorry, DM.
Yeah, That's fine.
or a brief history of paleontological times.
This one's further back.
Yeah. Okay,
Dude,
I think
there's
it's
some
time for the
cookbooks in
cards on the
common.
table. Because if they're all about city officials and stuff, maybe we do need to talk to a city official. So Cookie goes up to the counter to talk. I can't speak Elvish like my friends here, but I'm sort of the unofficial leader of this group. We're trying to transport a lady from your city to go see her father in the Dwarvish kingdoms, but apparently there's been a really terrible tragedy around here many years ago, and no one wants to talk about it. So we don't even know the right things to say or how to help this lady who we're supposed to come here to help. So we thought we'd come here to the archives, but I guess it's all under lock and key.
Which lady do you speak you're trying to help?
Lady Nelasser.
Her mother died. Her father took a job being an aristocrat in another location, being the
We
diplomat
know,
there.
we know.
What do you seek to know about this Nalasser?
Well, we sent her a note that we were waiting for her, and she sent a note back that didn't seem particularly clear as to whether she wanted our help being transported, or indeed how soon she'd be back.
That does not sound like her.
That doesn't sound like her.
She usually states when she'd be back. Soon, a while, in a bit.
She said soon.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Does soon mean a very particular amount of time?
Let's see, for Arkya, it was anywhere between 4 months to 14 years, I believe. For Nalasser, it usually is a little bit less.
Can you be more specific, maybe?
I just not heard her tell me that much, so I'm trying to remember what I've heard others say that the time has been for. She usually just, does what she wants and not really give time frames, so that's part of why I'm not sure.
Well, I appreciate that, but
She usually just says, okay, when I'm ready, type thing.
is she... Well, I guess you know her personally.
Her mother was my cousin.
Oh, well. Do you know why she's off on a journey?
Because she is Nalasser.
Because she is a free spirit?
Indeed, as much her mother.
That doesn't bode well.
Well, I wonder. She probably didn't create the contract for her to be picked up and sent somewhere. Huh. We're kind of free spirits. We go on adventures. That's what we do. We get paid for it. Well, are you willing to talk about what happened many years ago?
At that, his face turns quite a bit different.
I see. Well, I'm sorry to offend you. We just don't know any better, sir.
What time are you speaking of? There's troubled times and there's good times. Troubled times we tend to let the past die with. They're reported if needed to prevent the happenstance again, but that is for city officials to go through and ensure.
Oh, sure, I understand make plans that bad times don't happen again, but it's obviously dear to the heart of many people. Dear is the wrong term. But we were hoping it would help us understand Nilaser's pain and maybe what she really needs. But I can understand if you don't want to talk about it. She lost her mother, and that's what I'm asking about.
Have you lost anyone close to you?
Well, I am far, far from my family, but I think they still live.
Okay, now imagine one that you're the closest to die in excruciating, agonizing pain as they scream out and there's nothing you can do to help them. Now imagine that's happening to all of them, all at once, and all the neighbors, and there's nothing you can do. How do you feel? Do you want to talk about it?
No. I served in the army and many people died horrible deaths.
Oh, you want to talk
I
about
can
it?
see it. No, we don't talk about it. Thank you for your time.
Indeed. Certain things are best left to those who need to ensure that they do not happen. Other things are remembered to direct proper path of joy and goodness.
Was there any favorite spot Nilasser used to go? Like favorite vacation spot? How long does it take to travel all over the tree?
It depends on what part you go to.
The farthest part.
Anywhere from the furthest. Let me see. That and route. Round trip or one way?
One way.
Good. So do we mix down to probably 25 months.
Oh, okay. This place is very big.
Is your Bergman okay over there? He seems to be agitated.
I'm fine. As much as we would like to help this person, this is a waste of time. We should cut our losses and go back to the ship and go find another job.
He'll probably die before we find her.
Oh, why aren't we in such a hurry? Life is meant to be enjoyed. Taking it easy.
How old are you, sir?
I walk up to him and says, "Yes, this much life compared to you." You know what my
terms,
finger half an
I
inch.
am 2,306.
Good to know.
And
Do you know how long? Let me tell you a little secret about my race. And I whisper in his ear, my average lifespan of my race.
He has this really bewildered look. You never even get to adulthood?
Now you know why he's so imprudent.
I was physically mature at the age of 3.
What?
He starts scratching his head and is like, that does not compute or make sense. That's very strange.
Well, I found that there's lots of, interesting creatures out here. But even though I've, tried to maintain some level of, through my training, some level of greater patience, needless to say, if I look to enjoy life, I can't afford to wait 2 years.
I see. I see. Very strange.
We just need to find his elixir.
Well, maybe we need to start looking for some other. Is there a jobs board in town you might direct us to?
Most people have jobs. Oh, you mean for you to take? Trying to think. Maybe the inn? Maybe the docks? It's, all I can think of.
Okay. Thank you.
Indeed. If you do get the authorization card to come check the section, you know where to find me.
Okay.
Have a good day.
We head out. So we can look for jobs. I mean, I don't know if she'll be back or not in what we consider a short time. Obviously, Cleoc, you're not happy, and the captain's with you. But I think it's pretty darn wasteful to just. I mean, if we cut off here, we only took one job. So
No, we didn't, did we?
we took one job plus these. We basically invested, hoping that our foodstuffs and ore would pay off. So I mean, we can go to the dwarves, but going that far just to sell stuff, I don't know if the captain would be happy with what's in it for him.
Well, what we could do
Yes.
is try to find that girl's father
Okay.
and find her, and back from that, and ask her to send another message.
Okay. What message do you want to send?
Well, is there any way we could pick you up and deliver you to your dad, or are you not wanting your dad?
Cleoc just snarkily says, "Defined soon."
No, give her time, definite time. I mean, give her a message of definite time.
Yeah,
and
as you say
everything
that, a
else.
voice behind you. Somewhere between 1 week and 1 month.
Thank you.
What? Huh.
And I walk out of the archives.
All right. Whatever. Cleoc needs to blow off some steam or something. So yeah,
I'll be right outside. Call me if you need me.
let's go and try to find. Well, actually, this guy's full of information. Speak to the clerk guy again. Hey, we met this fascinating child around town. You'd know her. Bright red, spiky hair. We met her father too at the bazaar, but we failed to find out where she lives. Could you tell us who they are?
You described her, or you just said an interesting girl, or...
I described her. Small girl.
Okay.
Bright red hair.
Yes, that one. She lives down on the same branch as Nelesser.
Oh, okay. That's why. Yes. The neighbor pointed us nearby. Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
We head back to Nelesser's house. Can you navigate it? That's back there? Cookie's been there once.
Throw a roll.
That's not a good roll.
Cookie, you think it's down off to the other way. If someone else wants to, they can see if someone can correct you before you lead everyone off the wrong path.
Who was that?
That was Cleoc, and he asked where you're going first.
You see Cookie head off to the left, and you know you guys came from the right.
Hey, I was told that the little girl's house is on the same branch as Nelasser's house, so I'm going back there. 'Cause I've been there before, and it's over here.
It points off towards the main section of the tree, not out to the
I don't
other
remember
branches.
it that way. I'm reasonably certain it was this way. And I point.
Okay. Now you guys have to decide. You want to follow Cookie or Cleoc?
I'm split because this is a bird brain versus our known leader.
Honestly, I think I trust Cleoc navigating.
Yeah,
Better than me.
Cookie.
He
Wrong
can
way.
fly and read Elvish. These are definitely advantages here.
Fair enough.
Okay. You guys eventually make your way back to that neighborhood.
Alright. Well, they're on the same branch, but that doesn't tell us which house they're in.
Well, we can knock on one, and then we can find out. Ask a question. Yes.
Yeah.
You're gonna go door to door.
No, we're going to go
Is this-
back to Nelasser's house and talk to the neighbor that we talked to before.
That walked by and kept on walking last time?
I thought she was at a house in particular.
No, she walked by.
Well, we're still going to Nelasser's house because she might have come home by now. Hey,
Okay.
it could happen.
You guys are standing there in front of her house. What do you
Knock
what do
on
you
the
wish to
door.
do? Okay. No answer.
No. Kind of expected. Look out at the street. How are the houses arranged?
On branches.
I can't visualize on branches. So like there's a branch of a tree, it branches out like trees
Yes.
do, and houses are on different little branches.
Yes.
Okay,
The whole place is a tree.
right.
That's why
Now,
I didn't say streets, I said branches.
I imagine that this little girl's house is somewhere along the way towards the main road, because she told her friend where she was going. So I guess,
Are the children not playing?
yeah, are there children playing? Or people about?
Not on the branch right now.
Look around for someone we can talk to.
What time of day is it?
Afternoon.
I'm not looking really well.
Indeed, it looks quite vacant.
Well, we saw the children further down on the street. We could look there instead.
Cleoc, roll a perception.
Roll a perception. Seven.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, since we're going to be here for a while, might as well find some ore.
What?
Oh,
I want
just some
to-
projects I was working on.
I lean up against the closest approximation of a lamppost and cross my arms. Just
There's conveniently one right by her doorway.
excellent.
Just down from it.
I thought you came over
Are
here with the
there-
plan.
Hey, are there names or labels on the houses, Mr. Elvish Reader?
Are there names and labels?
There are no label or name as such.
Crap. How does anyone know where they live? I guess they just don't move houses.
Well, when you live to be 2,000 years old, you know, you tend to remember things like that, huh?
Yeah. Let's go towards a main street looking for someone we can talk to.
You know,
So,
You got an idea?
I'm getting kind of annoyed with Bird, and I don't know. I'm getting kind of frustrated, and
I'm getting a little bored. I thought there was kids playing and interesting stuff here, but this is just nothing happening. Isn't there someplace with more interesting stuff?
Yeah.
it was
Where do you think there is more interesting stuff? You want to go back
The
to
carnival?
that caravan? Carnival?
Oh, well, you know, there were a lot of people there. Maybe we could find someone there that you recognize. Or maybe it's closed up. I don't know. This is a different
we
day,
could
right?
insult everyone at the carnival if you want to. We could
Um,
just make everyone mad at us by bringing about how all their friends and neighbors and family died horrible deaths.
well, that would solve the problem of us being on this place. This very not interesting place.
we
I
might
don't think
also
so.
be attacked and have our vessel destroyed.
You're just dying to go swab some ducks, aren't you?
So
I would vote to try and find one of the officials and try and get a pass, or otherwise go cut a loss.
And you know when those officials are?
No, I don't.
And we left our only source of information.
well, let's head towards the street and look for kids playing and or adults walking by, because someone nearby should know this girl, her house.
We didn't actually get his name or the family name, did we?
No, her name is Nalawe, though.
What was that for?
Perception, because I'm going to look around, because these two guys obviously aren't seeing the people that are clearly right over there.
You see that there's wood
It's
and
11.
wood and wood and timber and buildings and wood. There's really not as much metal and dirt and rock as there should be. But there's wood.
Wood,
Where does a
Fire?
tree this big come from, anyway?
wood, fire, wood, fire.
Seeds? I wonder, can we get some of the seeds?
Cleoc.
Yes.
So your group is heading off apparently to go look for people.
I go with them.
Okay. So you guys are just heading down towards the larger branch?
It
Yeah.
sounds like the most practical way to find something.
To where the carnival was.
And
That's a 19 perception for someone I might be able to talk to.
Okay, you guys get down towards the main branch and you notice Cleoc isn't with you.
Wait,
Um,
wait, what?
yeah, Cleoc's not with you.
I didn't go with them.
You do, however, see there's a few people up ahead on the larger branch, and it looks like they're heading back from the carnival.
well, he probably died. Let's keep going.
Okay. That's fine, I can roll up a new character.
A few people up in the larger branch. Are they coming our way? Are we going their way, or they're just there?
Crossing paths.
Hey, excuse me. Do you know a little red-haired girl that way lives up this street?
They look at you weird. Yes?
We met her dad down at the carnival there, but we didn't. We'd like to speak to him again, and we didn't know which house there was. Could you point us in the right direction?
What are you needing to speak with them for? Seems very suspicious of you.
I am a suspicious character. Well, we're trying to help, and the girl can get a message to Nalaster for us. And we're trying to meet up with her so we can take her to the dwarves to see her dad.
Interesting. Well, this is going on. We're back over to another spot. Cleok.
Yes.
You get to your destination, and she's there. She said, yeah, sorry Dad was upset. A lot of people are hurt by it. I'm sure you've caught on to that. Apparently when I was born, there was a big fiery explosion and everyone but me died in that neighborhood.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And my hair turned red that day. My dad said I was born with black hair like his. And so I don't know what happened. And ever since then, like, him and Mom never had any magic. And so the fact that I do all this stuff scares a lot of people. So that's why. Oh, and, I did talk to, Nalasser, and she said she's on her way back.
Oh.
I think she said she should be back within a week.
Back within a week?
Uh-huh.
That's excellent news.
Uh-huh. So, it sounds like your people are trying to find me. Is there something they need?
Oh, we just wanted a little bit more information about what you just told us. I appreciate it.
Uh-huh. You have a nice day. I'm gonna go back and hang out with Daddy.
Okay, thank you.
She waves, disappears. In a nice burst of flame.
Huh.
So back to you other guys, who are completely clueless about what just happened. Cookie, you're still talking with them. They're like, so why are you trying to find Nelenwi and her father? And how do you not know her father's name, but you know her name? Yet you're looking for them.
Well, we went to Nalasser's house, and her neighbor pointed us down to... She went on a journey and probably told it to kids, so we met some kids out playing, and she was one of them.
Clear.
And
as this discussion's happening, you walk up.
And Cleok?
Yes. I have news.
Oh,
They kind of...
They're...
The others kind of bow out and walk off, as it seems like your attention is now diverted.
All right, fine. Well, we'll find other people to talk to, I guess. What was that?
I have good news. I was contacted by Milari. So
Okay.
bad pronunciation.
It must be really good news because you're no longer frustrated.
So you can tell us where to pick her up.
Not quite, but she did say that she would be back in a week.
Okay. So a week is good for you? I don't think the captain's good with a week.
Well, at the very least, we'd probably need to find some odd jobs. But
why don't we ask him?
I'm sure he would feel a lot better knowing that there would be a specific time frame that she would come, rather than...
How many weeks did we spend traveling here?
Okay, we spent
that's out of
4 weeks traveling here. Now, how did the little girl seem? Did she... You said she spoke to Nalasser? What? Do you get any impression about Nalasser wanting to go with us?
No.
Okay.
No, as in I don't know what her intentions are.
Well, that would, it's one thing to go to the captain and say, wait a week, We're guaranteed contract. It's a nothing thing to say. We're waiting a week and we still don't know. But it's not a month. Well, we were told we could go look at an inn or at the docks for work.
And Cleoc, you actually feel like there's a coal kind of inside you. Like you feel this like warmth.
Ooh. Now I get to feel like Cookie.
Kind of. Yours is a little bit more calm and soothing, not so much scorching feeling. And what I messaged you is in effect.
Okay.
A chest burster?
Yes. In the next, I only have a year left to live until I explode into a fiery volcano-ish thing.
Ooh, that's fun.
But I don't know that yet in character.
Okay.
We
I
can
wonder
use
if
that.
Cookie has that problem.
What?
Does Cookie still feel warm inside?
No, you actually feel normal.
Okay, good.
Oh crap!
There was a little bit. There was some sarcasm there.
Leon failed
She's
his
gonna blow you up
constitution
in here.
checks.
Crap.
Well, gentlemen, I think it's probably time to stop here.
So, when you guys get back to the captain, we'll quickly wrap this part up. You do find
Were we
out
gonna-
that...
Were we going to check the inn for missions first before we came back to the captain so we could be like, hey, we've got these other jobs that we can do during that week?
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We'll get that. We'll roll for some jobs then next week, see what you can find. I'll give you a few of them depending on how well you check. But you do find out he is willing to wait the week because at least if she turns the contract down, you at least can get a termination fee and basically get some recompense for it if she's the one that ends it, not you.
Fair
I
enough.
see. Okay. But we will look for some jobs.
Yes. So remind me at the start next week and we will do that. All right?
Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Not a problem. Hope you guys had some fun.
That's it.
You guys kept going like these random routes. It's like,
Yonovan?
What?
Or not Yonovan.
I was wondering if we'd get railroaded back on course, but
I was
I was
trying
about
to
to
avoid
freeze
it,
you, Eric.
but you know, you got to do what you got to do. But we'll see you
now
guys next week.
I don't know what the intended solution for that was, but you know, it's like one of those. It's
Right.